The minute you say, how do I look in front of that room, you're finished. First of all, you're panicked. You're like a deer in the headlights. But secondly, that's not your job in front of the room. Your only job in front of the room is to see their eyes and see if they get what you need to tell them. And if you don't need to tell them, you're going to be boring because you don't care enough. You know, and we're going to take care of that. You all had an experience of that in the telephone workshop we did. You know, so many people say, I don't think I have a message. I don't know if I'm ready for the telephone. You got one. I have about 20. No, you got one. You know? And when you come up with it, it's like, okay, I got one, but how am I going to apply that to adults? That's what we'll do here. We did it a little in the telephone workshop, but we'll do it here. Yes, Carla?
Is your one message you just can't do it in isolation?
My one message? No. I think my one message is that you're gifted and that you owe it to the world to use your gifts. And everything else I do is to get rid of the obstacles to that. And isolation's part of that. I think that's my message. You have to do it. You cannot refuse to give your gifts to the world. I'll help you find them if you're not sure what they are. I'll show you exactly. Every step of the way, there's nothing you can want to do that I won't help you with. People say you're a hand holder. You bet I am. I'll hold your hand every step of the way. But you can't say, well, maybe I'll do it next year and then die, because that's cheating. That's cheating. You owe your gifts to the rest of us for the gift of having been given life. I don't feel that you were put on this earth to use up natural resources. I don't think that's what we're here for. I'm not saying that there's a purpose to everything, but just if you are religious in any sense, spiritual in any sense, then there's a spark of genius that God put in you. And you have to use it or it's a sin. It's a real sin. But it's also a literal sin if you don't believe in God, because Darwin put it there. And you owe it to the rest of your species. You owe it to us. We're your brothers and sisters. And if you're scared, we'll help you. And if you're broken, starving, and can't do it till you have food, we'll get you food. But you've got to do it. There's something unique in you, and you have no right to take it off the planet. You have no right. And a lot of people don't get the opportunity. They don't know what the, you know, that's my ability. That's my gift and my experience, and I've done it for so long, I know how to do it well. I'm not the only one who knows how to do it, but I'm one of them, one of the good ones. And I know what I'm doing. And that's, everybody needs help at that. And there's going to be millions of people on this earth I will never talk to, who will never see my books, and they will, you know, even people who have opportunities in cultures like ours, you know, there are lots of people in countries who, when you think about the talent, it just disappears and all these nightmare things that happen, or even in places where people can just barely get enough to eat, it's enough to break your heart. But all I know is that not many of you have missed a meal in your lives, and I haven't. You know, we weren't rich, but, you know, I don't remember being hungry. We have no excuse, except that we don't know how. And you came here, so you will know how. So that's my message. And you can tell by the way I said it, I think, compared to the way I said everything else, how much I meant that. Because I didn't think about it when I was saying it. All I thought about is what you're going to think about, which is, that's a good question. They've got to hear what my message is. I've got to find a way to say it. So I just kept looking at your faces and pulling on things till I saw the looks I wanted, and now I'm ready to stop. That's what you're going to learn. And that's why I changed at that moment. That's why I practically grabbed all of you by the collar and said, here's my message, shout in your face. You're going to be like that too. People will not invite you to parties. Twice. If you sit next to me on an airplane and you say, what do? You're finished. If you don't say anything, I don't say anything. I don't want to talk to anybody. But if you say, what do? It's over. Because I'm all over you like a cheap suit. I won't let you off the plane till I straighten out your life. You know, in this one way. I don't care about much else. I don't care about much else except finding that talent in you. But I know you've got to be safe, out of the rain, nobody's hitting you. I know you got to be okay to do it. And then I know you need the steps. So, but I know it's in there. You know, that's one of the nice, you know how in Magic Land people can see things, you know, invisible things. Well, I can see talent, and I look at people, it is like looking at gardens. I've never seen two people who looked anything alike. It's like great novels, you know, how so complete in each other, I mean, in themselves. It's like every person is like that, who I get to sit with anyway. If there are people not like that, I didn't get to sit and talk to them, you know. So that's my deliciousness. That's what makes me happy. I watch it.